No one ever taught us how much we are truly capable of. Was this intentional? When we look at the world we live in, at every living being, at every cell in our body, we see that everything has a purpose, from the smallest molecules to the systems that keep us alive. Everything works together, perfectly aligned, down to the smallest details. And yet, when it comes to how we've been taught to think about something as powerful as our mind, we act as if it barely matters. As if creating entire worlds in our imagination, developing ideas, or dreaming about the future is just a side effect of existence, without any deeper meaning. We treat it as something that's just there, without realizing that a single thought, a single vision, or a single emotion can shift our entire state of being. How did something so powerful become so minimized? As if it were nothing more than an insignificant mechanism, something that just happens to exist without real influence. We can literally observe our thoughts, play out scenarios, relive memories, and create entire worlds within our minds. Our brain is an internal supercomputer, capable of projecting images, not just in our dreams, but also when we daydream or visualize. And yet, from a young age, we're taught that thoughts are just random processes, that they hold no real power, and that only the physical world matters. Recognizing the importance and power of this is a major part of awakening. This doesn't mean you have to immediately believe that you can manifest anything with a single thought, but it starts with acknowledging just how powerful the human mind truly is. Everything around us, everything that has ever been created, started with an idea. Every invention, every work of art, every structure was once nothing more than a thought in someone's mind. The human mind has the power to shape the physical world, yet this power is consistently downplayed. I have experienced this power repeatedly throughout almost 4 decades. As a former introvert trapped in a world of social anxiety, overthinking, physical stress-related issues, and an extremely low self-esteem, I learned, through trial and error, that you can turn your entire life around once you learn to control your thoughts. Even many of the physical ailments people struggle with, such as digestive issues under stress, are directly connected to our mental state. Our body reacts to our mind far more directly than most people realize. But the most remarkable thing is how few people actually use this power, how few even care about it. Humanity is still in its infancy when it comes to consciousness, yet so many walk around with inflated egos, acting as if they already know everything. It fascinates me how some cling to status and recognition, flaunting success often without true substance. Beautiful words, grand promises, impressive faces and masks. But what's behind them? Because in our world, it often seems like everything is about appearances, as if success is determined solely by what you display, not by who you truly are. We live in a society where superficiality is rewarded while real depth is ignored. Fake it till you make it, they say. But if you fake it your entire life, when are you ever real? How many people build their identities on lies, imitating what seems successful while feeling empty inside? We are flooded with false icons, people placed in the spotlight, not for their wisdom or talent, but because they fit a carefully crafted narrative. And many follow them blindly, without questioning, where is this leading me? True knowledge, true depth, is often ignored or even actively suppressed. Why? Because truth isn't always pleasant. Because those who truly understand how the world works become a threat to a system built on control and illusion. Someone who masters their own mind, who understands how their thoughts shape reality, is no longer a pawn of society. That person no longer fits the mold, because they see through the game. And that brings us to karma. Because no matter how much someone tries to fake their life, no matter how much they manipulate reality with lies and illusions, in the end, everything comes back. Fake it only works temporarily. The universe makes no exceptions. Every intention, every action, every thought carries energy that will return sooner or later. People who deceive themselves and others for years eventually pay the price. Sometimes quickly, sometimes after decades. But no one escapes it. What you sow, you will reap. What you send out returns. This is not just philosophy, it's a fundamental law of the universe. And yet many act as if they are above it, as if with enough manipulation and deception, they can escape their own karma. But that is an illusion. The truth cannot be suppressed forever. True growth begins when you stop deceiving yourself, when you dare to look at your own thoughts, your own patterns, and acknowledge that you are the only one responsible for your life, not society, not the people around you. You alone. Only when you realize this can you truly become free. And here lies the key. Because just as negative intentions eventually find their way back, the same applies to pure intentions. Those who build in silence, who keep learning, growing, and working on themselves without the need for constant validation, lay a foundation that cannot be easily shaken. True value is not in the illusion of success, but in the knowledge and experience that no one can take away from you. And that is why the world often feels so wrong. The most brilliant minds, the people with the deepest insights, are ignored or even ridiculed, while emptiness and superficiality are celebrated. But make no mistake, in the long run, only the real builders will remain standing. Most people realize too late that they've spent their lives chasing an image, a status, something that was never truly theirs. Because if you see success only as approval from others, as something you can fake as long as you present it well enough, you will eventually be left empty-handed. True fulfillment doesn't come from the outside. It doesn't come from how others see you, from the applause you receive, or the admiration you demand. It comes from within, from knowing that you built something real even if no one was watching. And perhaps that is the greatest test of all. Can you keep going, keep growing, keep building, even if no one acknowledges you? Can you stay true to your path, even if the world doesn't seem to understand you? Because that is what separates the truly great from the masses. Not how many followers they have, not how much praise they receive, but their ability to stand firm in their truth, no matter the circumstances. So the real question isn't, how can I fake success quickly? The question is, am I willing to walk the path of truth, even if it takes time, even if no one sees it, even if the world seems to be consumed by noise and illusions? Because if you choose that path, you will never have to fake anything. You will simply become it,